Alright guys, Dave here. Today I just wanted to show off the Sur Ron a little bit and talk about some of the cheap and easy, well, I guess relatively cheap and easy additions you can do to your Sur Ron kind of right off the bat without making too many changes to it, and maybe you can make it a lot better pretty quickly. So some minor things I've done here to it, nothing major. Again, all fairly cheap, relatively cheap, and easy to install mods. So this is again the Sur Ron X. You can order it from Luna Cycles. So it's a really cool e-bike, and I've been having a lot of fun on it. So first thing I want to mention is everyone should wear a helmet. I know this should seem obvious to a lot of you, but get a good helmet, guys. You know, it's better to have a great helmet, maybe spend a little bit on a good helmet, and then be confident in your rides and be able to get a lot of riding in with confidence. Gloves, I think, are an essential too, so get yourselves a good helmet and good gloves before you start riding, guys. Be safe out there. Now, getting to the bike, we'll just start at the front here, I guess. One of the first things I added is this little Schwinn Pouch. I've got it mounted to the lower fork braces, and a lot of people will think that's a weird place, and it kind of is. It's the best place I could find to mount it, and this was a relatively cheap pouch. I carry a bike lock, a little toolkit. Eventually I'll put a tube kit in there, and yeah, that'll get me by. I do have sometimes this will hit a little bit and it'll push it up, but I've never had it knock it off or interfere in any major way. So alright, so moving up here to the light. Now my light is a aftermarket light. You can actually order this direct from Sur Ron when you order your bike. I chose to do that. I will be doing some night riding, and I wanted to have a good light. So that's the Fisher Fab House. It's a great light. You can check my night ride video out, and puts off a lot of light. So moving up to the bars, cockpit area kind of. I've got some Pro Taper grips. Really cushy grips, nice thin grips, big upgrade over stock. Real happy with those. They've been good for me so far. This is a mount where I've moved my speedometer and odometer here. I like it here in the center a lot better. It used to be mounted over here, so stock it's mounted on here, and I've moved it over here. I ordered this from a guy on Etsy, and it's just a 3D printed mount for your speedometer here. So a lot of people are concerned about the sturdiness of this. In my opinion, it's just as sturdy as the stock mount, and it's likely more protected being inside here, inside the middle of the bars, than it is out here on the ends. Just a much more protected position, so I think it's going to hold up well. Time will tell on that. So got a little GoPro mount here. That's just where I choose to have it. Eventually we'll have a GoPro mounted there, and it'll be pointing back at me for the ride, so we can do some B-roll there. Down here to the pegs. So what we've got here is, I think these are Suzuki, little Suzuki mini bike pegs. I ordered those off eBay or Amazon. I think they've got them on both. But a quick and simple mod. They've been a lot more sticky, and they're wider than the stock ones, so I'm pretty happy with that upgrade. I'm also going to be adding the support between the brace between the pegs there. And that should really stiffen things up, reduce any flex there on those pegs, and I'm going to install that today. So that'll be today's project. Get that all installed. I did remove my rear fender. Just an aesthetic choice that I chose to make. The front fender, it didn't come with a front fender, so I'm fenderless here on my bike. Again, your mileage may vary on that. I do a lot of street riding, and I don't get into a lot of dirt and mud, so just minor rainwater and things like that. So I did opt to put a Aftermarket Mud Flap on here just to protect the suspension there in the rear and make it a little bit easier to clean when I do need to do such. that's mostly it, guys. The last thing I kind of wanted to talk about is the tires. I am going to be swapping tires this weekend as well. The rear tire on this is just kind of, especially on street, it's real slick. I don't feel real confident in it, and so after putting some miles on it, I decided to swap. I'm going to be swapping to the Shinko. They're 2.75 by 19s. What do they call them? The trail something, but they're by Shinko. Looks to have a lot better grip on there, and so we'll go with those. Eventually, I want to go to an 18 inch rear wheel and then a 21-inch front, but that'll be after I roll through these a little bit. I did get a 64-2 sprocket for the rear. I haven't installed that yet, and I'm thinking what's going to happen is that's going to go on when I get my new set of wheels. So anyways, yeah, guys, that's just some cheap and simple mods you can do real quick to your Sur Ron. We'll keep modding this out over time. Eventually, we're going to get some new bars, maybe a direct mount, a direct stem mount, maybe in the future, eventually controller. Who knows where we'll go with this, guys. Right now, we're just trying to enjoy it for the most part stock with just some little additions, and really test it out and decide where we go from there. So anyways, I hope this video gave you guys some ideas of some cheap and easy mods you guys can do to your Sur Ron right off the bat to make it a little bit more custom, a little bit more unique to you, and also a little bit more user-friendly. So anyways, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video.